Namaste, I'm Alyssa, and I'm on the shoreline of Lake Michigan today, and I'm going to be taking you through yoga for radical self-love. And today is all about loving yourself, and this might be uncomfortable. This is something that we may not think about on a daily basis. A lot of us have a lot of negative self-talk and suffering, and we just aren't kind to ourselves. So today is all about loving yourself, loving your body and your mind, and taking the time to really appreciate and open your heart. And there's two spaces at the heart center. There's the emotional heart, which is in the center of your chest, and a lot of times when we're shocked, we grab the center of our chest. This holds our grief and betrayal and acute shock. And then our physical heart holds our feelings of feeling trapped, boredom, rigidness, and coldness. So a lot of times we close our hearts and off to ourselves and to other people. And today we're going to learn to love ourselves. That way we can love others better. And I'd like to read you a poem by Mary Oliver called Wild Geese. And this will just set the tone for today. So moving into the poem, it's Wild Geese by Mary Oliver. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about your despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over announcing your place in the family of things. And when I read that poem, I think a lot about self-love, but also compassion and belonging. And in order to belong, we have to be vulnerable. And in order to be vulnerable, we have to open our hearts. And so today, I'm going to lead you through a yoga flow to open our heart center. And to get started, you'll start in easy pose on your mat. And begin to sink in and just ground yourself through your sit bones, quieting down, breathing in, thanking yourself for coming to your mat today. And if you'd like, close your eyes and begin to think of things that you adore and love about yourself. Things that you just are and that you don't need to try to be and to do. Just things that come naturally to you. And if this is difficult, maybe think of a time when someone was giving you a compliment and pointed out things that they love about you. And really feel these things as they come through. And if your list isn't long, that's okay. Maybe set the intention and invite others to come throughout your practice. But really breathing into those items that do come to mind. Breathe through the nose now, deeply. Deep belly breath, and exhale out through the mouth with the H-A-ha sound. And we'll do that 2 more times, breathing in. Last one, deep breath in. Exhale out. opening your eyes. Begin to rub your palms together, generating some heat and energy between your hands. If you'd like, you can move your hands out and feel that honey-like texture between your palms. So generating some energy, some love in your palms, and then begin to rub and smooth over your palms, all over your body, giving yourself and your body some love and care today as we begin our practice. As I mentioned, the two heart centers, the emotional heart being the center of the chest and the physical heart on the left side, I invite you to just begin tapping here, feeling into these spaces, tapping over the physical heart and the emotional heart, breathing in to these two. Setting your hands on your knees, we'll begin with a chant called Sat Nam, meaning I am truth. So getting back to the truth of who you are, and that you are a lovable creature, and you can move through life with an open heart, and you are safe, and you are loved. And by doing this, we're going to exhale, round the shoulders and the spine, and then open the chest. So, when you open the chest, you inhale. So rounding, exhale, inhale, open, and we'll add Sat Nam if you'd like in your mind's eye or out loud, and do this a few rounds. So exhale, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. I am truth. I am truth. Take a few rounds on your own, again chanting if you feel called in your mind's eye or out loud, and round the spine and extend the chest out. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Doing a few more rounds, really opening your heart space. Coming back to neutral, settling in back in, feeling the effects, stilling the mind, deepening your breath here. So next, we'll move to Cobra. So if you lie on your stomach, elbows are bent, big toes can touch, shoulders are away from your ears, looking out, and again, reestablishing your breath. This is Sphinx pose. We'll move into Cobra by coming all the way down to the ground. Forehead can touch. Palms are under your shoulders. And inhale, slowly rise up. Again, you can lift your head, opening the chest, and exhale, slowly lower. Fingers are like stickies on your mat. Inhale, slowly rise up. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, slowly rise up. Exhale, lower. So moving into, that was Cobra, we're going to move into King Cobra. So on an inhale, lift your head and chest, extend your arms straight, and if it feels comfortable to you, you can look up into the sky. Make sure here that your shoulders are away from your ears. There's no pain in the neck or the low back. If there is, you can lower to any amount, whatever feels right for you. And if you'd like, you can bend at the knee, point the toes up, and reach the head back toward the toes for King Cobra. Opening up here. Exhale, lower. Make a pillow with your forearms. Rest your head down. Let it go. All the work that you just did, let it go. Maybe recalling a compliment you've received recently, or one of the things that came to mind that you love about yourself. Seeing if you can open your heart to receive it. So taking the arms out to the side, back into the Cobra position, but this time we're moving back onto our knees and exhaling the chest to the floor for puppy pose. So forehead can come down, arms down, but hips stay lifted if that's comfortable to you. And let the chest melt to the floor for puppy pose. Again, releasing, surrendering. Walk your hands in, slowly lift yourself up. Coming into camel now. So lifting the hands above your head and exhale, lower them to your low back. This is modified camel. And open your chest and let your head fall if you'd like. And if you'd like an added challenge, you can reach back for your heels and open up through the chest. Or you can stay here for modified camel. Breathing deep. Exhale, come to hands and knees. Going to flip the toes and push up into downward facing dog. Hips are hip width distance apart. Shoulders are externally rotated. You are aiming to put your heels onto the ground, but if you cannot do so, that's all right. This upside down V position. Maintain a flat back here. Trying to get the chest to the thighs. The head hangs in between the shoulders. Feel free to pedal out the feet if you would like. You can shake the head yes. Shake your head no. moving and stretching any way you would like. So stepping the right leg through now, coming to seated, and the left leg will come out in front as well. So however you'd like to get there, right leg is extended, left is bent in, spine is straight. We'll inhale your arms, twist your torso, and exhale over your right leg. Stretching out that right leg. Knee to nose pose. Slowly walking your way up. We're going to come into a pose called Baby Wild Thing. So in order to come into this pose, your left hand's going to root down behind you, and your right is going to sweep up onto that left knee, opening your hips and your chest. Gaze comes up to the sky and or to your right fingertips. And breathe deep here, opening the chest. Exhale, sweep and lower. Slowly, slowly. And you'll switch sides. So taking the right leg in, left leg out. Inhale, your arms come up. Exhale, twist your torso over your left leg, flex your toes. Exhale, lower for knee to nose pose on the left side. Feeling the stretch here in your hamstring. Slowly walk your hands up your leg. And take that right arm back behind you, and your left arm sweeps up, opening, lifting up through. And if you would like a modified, you can just stay lifted or just stay seated and open up like this. Or if you would like, coming up to Baby Wild Thing. Again, your gaze comes up to your fingertips if you would like. Breathing deep here. Exhale, lower ever so slowly. Coming again to hands and knees. Taking the knees out wide. Exhale, lowering down for child's pose. Reconnecting with your breath here. Feel free to bend at the elbows, interlace your fingertips, and take your thumbs to massage your neck. Your neck stores a lot of fear and tension. Being vulnerable takes courage. Opening your heart takes courage. And it doesn't mean we won't feel fear, but we feel the fear and do it anyway. And if we can do that by giving ourselves and our bodies some grace and some love, all the better. You are not alone when it comes to this journey of self-love. We all must learn to love ourselves first before we can love others. And I think this is one of the most difficult tasks set forth for us here on earth. Inhale, slowly rising up out of child's pose. Coming into seated. And then hugging the knees in. You can give yourself a little rock here, whatever you need to do to come into laying down on your mat with your knees bent, feet towards the bum. See if you can grab onto your ankles here. If you can't, that's okay. You can grab onto the back of them. You can put them on the floor. But we'll return to our chant, which is Sat Nam, I am truth. This time we'll be taking bridge pose. So inhaling, rooting down into your feet, lifting up your tailbone, up off the mat. Exhale, lower. So we'll add the Sat and the Nam. So inhale, Sat. Exhale, Nam. Feel free to do a few rounds on your own at a pace of your liking. It can be fast or slow. But again, it's inhale, Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. This means I am truth. Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. Exhale, lower the tailbone down, sink it into your mat, pull the legs in close, give yourself a hug, and rock back and forth here. If you'd like, take candlestick here. Bring the legs up, flex the feet, breathing deep into the belly. If you'd like to take candlestick into shoulder stand, so rocking up, putting your hands on your low back, lifting through the legs for shoulder stand. Or you can stay at candlestick if you'd like. And on an exhale, rocking down into fish pose. So your elbows are behind you, your shoulders are away from your ear, head can drop back, the chest opens up for fish pose. Exhale, lower all the way down. Bringing your arms and crossing them at the chest. Giving yourself a hug here. Beginning to massage your collarbones. To start to relax and slow your breathing. Remembering our intention for radical self-love today. opening your heart, coming to your mat, and daring to love yourself. Hands can come to the side, your palms can face up, and you're in the final resting position, Shavasana. The final release. Breathe deep here. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. again, rub your palms together, generate some heat, some love, some energy in between your palms. And send it through your head, down through your body. Roll to one side, creating a pillow with your arm. Thank yourself for taking the time to practice today. Honor the time that you've spent on your mat, that you've dedicated to loving yourself. Sit up when you're ready. Give yourself one final hug and squeeze. Feeling proud, again, that you took the time today. And with the intention to take this love with you as you go about your day and with people that you meet and loved ones, taking your open heart and sharing it with them. Thank you for taking the time to practice. Namaste.